Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Arcade Archives 2, Space Invaders, running on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, this is OG black and white Space Invaders, 1978. I was 4 years old when this thing came out. So, yeah, I've obviously wasn't around during the original release, or I was around during the original release, but obviously wasn't capable of playing games. I've seen a number of these cabinets over the years, from this original OG black and white one to the one where they put the color bands on the screen. Like the game was still black and white, but they had physically put some color strips on the screen to give it a little bit more pep. This was, before the joystick, right? This game was all buttons. Later on, of course, they have versions with buttons on them and a joystick. But yeah, OG Space Invaders didn't need buttons. The black and white version and the color version. Check out the old OG black and white. Obviously, this is just for historical purposes. I don't imagine anybody's really playing this game for its riveting gameplay. Maybe some variations of the newer versions of Space Invaders that TAITO has released over the years. I'd say, at its core, it's still incredibly well designed. And again, considering the technology at the time, this is doing something which the imagination didn't think was possible. It just audience had never seen something like this. Something that you can interact with, and obviously it didn't have like a ton of intelligence or anything, but still challenged the player. Provided that tiny bit of fun for the couple minutes that you played it. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole game. Keep doing this over and over. Of course, they're playing strategies to get past more and more rounds. But I'm not good at any of that stuff. Alright, check out the color version. So advanced. You can change the sound a little bit. course, over the years, there's been many Space Invaders, clones and updates, reimaginings, and obviously Space Invaders, as a game like this, doesn't really exist too often. I think lately they've been doing the rhythm action game thing with Space Invaders. Pretty heavily featured in Groove Coaster. But yeah, what can I say about Space Invaders? It's really the bedrock of a lot of shmups, just in general. Same sort of concepts, move out of the way, shoot down the enemies, learn their patterns. Thankfully, shmups became much more sophisticated than Space Invaders over the years. I think it's a nice touch. You can shoot the Space Invaders shots and nullify them. That was a great idea. But yeah, there you go. That's Space Invaders, 1978, and this is part of Arcade Archives 2. There is also an Arcade Archives 1 version of this, of course. I don't really think it's necessary to have an Arcade Archives 2 version of this game, outside of the few little filters that you get from the ACA 2 version. Yeah, I don't know who would really still be playing this game. Again, outside of historical purposes, maybe you're curious to see the origins of Space Invaders, and it's still solidly designed. How much fun you're going to have with it? Well, that's kind of hard to say, but it is emulated accurately, and if you have memories of it, check it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.